This, when you think about it, if you think about the idea of 3D printing and limbs, it sort of sounds like science fiction a little bit, but it's not. It's a reality, and it's a really important reality in this year, which is the year that we mark the 30th anniversary of the Convention on the Rights of the Child. I think the only treaty that all countries of the UN have ratified. This is an amazing solution. To present it, we're going to invite on in 1 second Mohamed Dhaouafi of Cure.
From
Megan,
Tunisia.
From Tunisia. Tell us a little bit more about it first.
He's a youth innovator. One of the things, we have a youth selection committee that looks at the youth innovators. And we hear so much about modern technology, AI, virtual reality, machine learning, processing, and 3D printing. And he's putting it all together with his team from Tunisia. So without further ado, Mohamed.
Aslema. Hi everyone, my name is Mohamed and I'm from Tunisia. Did you ever imagine that holding the hand of the one you love, grabbing a cup of water when you are thirsty, or even closing your jacket is a luxury? Actually, more than 30 million people around the world don't have access to that luxury because they lost their hands. 40% of them are children and youth, and only 5% have access to prosthetics because it's unavailable in most of the regions in the world. It's highly expensive, and if it exists, it has a limited control and sometimes poorly designed. And that leads to them to loss of confidence, loss of happiness, and sometimes psychological disorder. So I founded Cure, a startup that aims to empower people with disabilities to make them superheroes, because we believe disabilities are not obstacles, but opportunities. We are developing a prosthetic, not this slide. Can you get back? So we are developing a bionic hand that is 3D printed using an ecological raw material. It has an adjustable socket since children grow fast. It's controlled via muscles, so no need for any surgical intervention to implement it. Easy to use thanks to our AI algorithm, and easy to assemble, like Lego, and has a solar and wireless charger since many communities don't have access to electricity. All of that for $1,000 and less, $1,000, which is 10% of the conventional price of a prosthetic hand. And we'll try to make it open source to impact more people. Here is Khawla, a 17-year-old girl who was born with just one hand. So just wearing the prosthetic in an easy way, and it will detect her muscle signals and help her to perform the movements that she never had in her life. We think and believe that everyone is unique, so we allow our users to continuously customize their prosthetics, and that will help them to be proud of wearing it and exposing that. We are also intending to give them capacity building, to have more skills, to have better opportunities in life. Now, as a startup, our business model is a B2C, but mainly a B2B with NGOs, clinics and hospitals, fashion tech, and entertainment industry. These amazing milestones wouldn't be reached without this amazing team of engineers, designers, amputees themselves, and advisors. But also thanks to this international organization that supported us with funding, but also with logistics and training. Today, it's your turn to be part of this dream and to help us empower the 95% of children who didn't have access to prosthetics. So we need mentors and board members, 3D printers and technical assistants. We need the funding of $200,000 US to empower the first 100 children, and we need key partners. And this support will enable children to make their dreams a reality.
عسلامة، أنا خير الدين من تونس. étudiant en architecture. نعمل ميوزيك من اللي أنا كنت صغير، وحلمي باش نولي نهار آخر شيف دوركستر.
عسلامة، أنا اسمي خولة، عمري 17 سنة من تونس. أنا من اللي كنت صغيرة كنت نحلم برشا باش نطلع على المسرح. كن جيلا عظيما كما أملوا، كن من يقال فيهم عظماء ومن العظيم ما فعلوا.
So be part of history.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. And here's our contact. Get in touch with us and be part of the dream. Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing. Mohamed, that's wonderful.
Great job. Great job.
So Rajesh and I want to welcome up. As we said, every innovator needs an ecosystem of partners and colleagues and just anybody, and that can be everybody. So we want to hear from a group. Each of the innovators in the Solution Summit this past weekend has spent a session of 90 minutes with coaches. Some of these guys are there, and they're going to say a little bit. So where do we want to start? Tell us your name, what your organization, and what suggestions, ideas, thoughts, questions do you have for the Cure team led by Mohamed?
I guess I'll start since I have the microphone. My name is Alden Zecca. I'm with We Scale Impact. Mohamed, I've helped several medical device and even prosthetic companies accelerate over the years. And I think your design here of something that's biodegradable or recyclable, a bionic hand that can be made for under $1,000 and customized for the users, not just their needs, but their own aesthetic, versus a $10,000 or more solution is just incredible. What can we and the United Nations community generally and the viewers out there do to help you accelerate this and to really help grow? What do you need from us?
Okay, thank you for the good advice. I think that many people around the world are in a huge need for these prosthetics, and we are so close to take it to them and to make them the future superheroes, the new generation of superheroes. They will not be able, or they will not wait for someone to make the change. They will do it themselves. So we're trying to offer that for less than $1,000, and the conventional price of the cheapest one is at least $10,000. So it's not accessible for most of the amputees. And imagine spending 20 years of your life without a prosthetic because you're growing up and your parents are not able to buy it every 6 months or 1 year. It's something horrible. Just imagining having one day of that, and I stopped that imagination. So I think that this price, with the feature of customizing the prosthetic, continuously customizing, so we have external covers that are removable, and that will help them to do it whenever they want, have like colors, designs, and whatever they can dream of. Also, the fact of being adjustable gives them more time to use it, and it's easy to use, easy to assemble, so it's gonna be fun for them even to have it. And as I said, also for the solar power thing, it's something that will make the prosthetic more inclusive and more accessible for people around the world.
Thank you.
Jessica?
Hey. Yeah.
Great. Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica, coming from the International Development Innovation Network, which is founded by a group of partners from around the world led by D-Lab at MIT, and I'm also a doctoral student in public health at Harvard. So first of all, I'm really excited that you're going to be able to join me at MIT and Harvard over the next couple days, where we hope to introduce you to more potential partners. And I just wanted to share with everyone a little bit of the list that all the acceleration partners had brainstormed together for you. And so if the audience also can help us connect Mohamed with more people, please contact him. So first of all, there are technology development partners, including folks at the MIT D-Lab and Media Lab's prosthetic teams. Dr. Hugh Garrett in mechanical engineering, who's done a lot of work in accessibility, people in material science who do shape memory alloys, people in computer science doing artificial intelligence and virtual reality, people in medicine and public health at Harvard and Johns Hopkins, designers at Stanford. We also understand that you need logistics and equipment partners. And you mentioned in particular that you were interested in some of the 3D printers from HP and Ultimaker. And we also wanted to introduce you to African-born 3D printing, AB3D, based out of Nairobi, Kenya, because they're at least in your continent, and also that you might be able to leverage companies with supply chains that reach Tunisia to bring you electronic supplies, and that you're also interested in more partners working in accessibility, including Jaipur Foot and Able Rise Legs that also does customizable prosthetics in India, and David Zenge from Sierra Leone, who does a lot of great work in this. So my question to you is, do you have a specific challenge or two that you'd like to ask these partners to support you in, and the audience may be able to help introduce you to more?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, every innovators had some struggles and obstacles, but that's one of the reasons to keep fighting for his project. And I think that we have some limited resources in our ecosystem, so maybe I need more access to equipment and components because we are just bringing that from abroad, so maybe some help with some policies to make that easier and more accessible. Also, we still need funding because we have like a combination of hardware and software. Also, the technical assistance to get the expertise from people who are like in a more advanced stage. And as you said, some of the communities like Enable, we can maybe combine our technology to theirs and make it a moving hand So they're like all around the world, and giving them more movement to their like community can be a good thing for them.
This, I want to notice how many different connections you just made, like, and thinking about university partners on every continent. You're already working locally with one of the universities.
Yeah, I want to thank my university, National Engineering School of SUS, for that. And yeah, I'm so happy like for the introductions you're gonna have at MIT and Harvard, and it's very exciting to get in touch with people from the field and to get more insights about what they're doing.
And we talked University of Nairobi and Makerere, like all around the world. There's so reminding people about this opportunity as you're working. Think about the universities, the community colleges, and those near you who are full of students who'd love to be interns on the projects, who are full of genius innovators from engineering and others. Now, the other kind of person is a person who's a serial entrepreneur. Yeah. And so we have a former Solution Summit winner on stage with us who's now accelerating a new Solution Summit winner. So introduce yourself, Hend.
Good morning. My name is Hend Al-Hanawi. I run Humanitarian Tracker. It's a nonprofit connects and empowers citizens using innovation and technology for humanitarian causes. So congratulations, Mohamed.
Thank you.
And first off, I want to offer Humanitarian Tracker tools and assistance in any way possible to connect you with other organizations, analyze your data, or uncover some insights that maybe come from the data that you already have. But I know that you're also using virtual reality to shatter stigma and create opportunity. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, sure. Actually, once visiting a Tunisian governmental hospital, I found a child who was like 8 years old who lost a hand and a leg, and he had to go through physical therapy, which is very stressing, not available all the time and takes too much time. At the same time, he was asking his mom, how can I play now? So I imagined combining all of these ideas and like all of these needs in a platform, like it's physical therapy and training, where they go online in a virtual reality world. They can see their missing hand, they can control it thanks to sensors, and they will be playing and performing a game that simulates the exercises of the therapy. So for example, opening and closing, to move from a place to another, or grabbing things in the virtual world, and that will help them to train how to use the prosthetic, at the same time having fun and enjoying having that prosthetics that will help them to be the future superheroes, as I said.
One of the things you were talking about is like Spider-Man moves a particular way, or Wonder Woman does some kind of thing, and you were having them play in those games. So hopefully we can get a hold of those media companies and see if they'll let us play with some of that.
Okay, some amazing possibilities here for you, Mohamed. I'm really pleased for you. Thank you, accelerators.
Thank you.
Give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Mohamed.
Let's keep it going.
Incredible.